Alrighty, so we're going to start with our first foam rolling session, and just a little, I guess I don't want to say warning, but heads up, never ever when you are on your own do you want to foam roll any part of your spine. So you never want to be rolling up on your back across your spine and putting any pressure on that. So when we go to our back and I say to put it like on one side, that's exactly what I mean. So the foam roller is going to stop at the spine mark. Okay, so never ever, even when you're on your own in your home, foam roll your back. If at any time this feels like it's hurting you or you feel like you're pinching something, roll off the foam roller. Okay, knowing the difference between pain and discomfort is very important. So to start, we're going to work each side of our body. So we're not going to do both at one time, really, ever. So I want you to put your foam roller on the floor, and you're going to take your right butt cheek, and I want you to put the right side on it. And right now, I just kind of want you to roll just back and forth. Getting used to the foam rolling motion and learning that it's your body that actually gives you the, I guess, the force that you want. So when you're using your feet and when you're using your hands, sometimes when you lift up a foot or lift off an arm, more body weight is going to go down onto the roller, and that's when you get a little bit more pressure. You'll find hot spots too. So sometimes if they're rolling, you'll feel nothing, and then all of a sudden you're going to hit a spot and it's going to be like, oh, it's going to take your breath away. So right now, I'm just focusing on keeping that left butt cheek off, and you're rolling your right. And I know that with me, I almost sometimes feel like I catch a golf ball there in my glutes, and then I kind of play with it a little bit. So we're going to spend probably about 35 to 40 seconds at each section, rolling through our bodies. All right, so rolling now from our glutes to our hamstrings. Same thing, right? You're only rolling maybe about 4 to 5 inches, so it's nothing big. And you're just kind of using your heel, you're going to scoot back and forth. Small little rolls. And again, the more pressure that you put on it kind of can come from like taking that weight off of your other side of your body and leaning more into it. And you can roll as fast or as slow as you want. So if you find like a little nugget, like I was talking about earlier, you can pulse on that. Now rolling the back part of our legs really isn't so bad. So we're starting with the good. And now I want you to kind of shift back, and we're going to start from the top of the back of our knee right to our mid-thigh area. So now a good thing to do is I like to be dead weight here, and I kind of use my hands, and my hands push and roll it out so that my butt is kind of off of the floor. If you're on the floor, you can kind of drag back and forth, but again, it's your preference. But don't roll behind that knee. So once you get a little lower, just kind of stop and bring it back. And just let your body be heavy on the foam roller. Good. And again, finding those hot spots. And so then we're going to shift it down. Now we're going to start right at the top of our calf, and we're going to roll to the middle of it. Again, the lower we get on our body, the more we're going to have to push against it too. And just kind of make it like, you can roll it around side to side. And as if you were like rolling chicken or something, you want to almost see like your calf muscle like being like spread out across the foam roller. And then just kind of turn it as you go. So again, it doesn't always need to be a painful thing. Sometimes just a little bit of attention goes a long way. Good. You can turn that leg. And then the last one, you're going to come down close to your ankle, and you're going to roll from your ankle to the mid part. Again, you can just kind of like move your leg if you wanted to on it. I like to kind of lift up because I feel like incorporating my whole body weight onto it feels a little bit better. And same thing, you can roll side to side, kind of like let your skin smash into that roller, rolling it from side to side. And then all the things too depend on the size of your roller. So like, you know, with Tammy, the small thing today, so she might feel it a little more deep in some parts because it's small enough to get in there, whereas like more bigger ones just more cover a vast area of space. All right, we're gonna start on the other side now. So we're gonna come up, remember, so not, our whole butt is not on it. It's just one side. And we're shimmying back and forth. And if you've ever had like an injury, so like I have a torn hamstring, so I can always feel like that. I have like a big, like almost like a hump that just kind of doesn't ever go anywhere. And so I like to play with that for a little bit. But again, it's up to you. Good. And then we're gonna shift it down a little bit. So it's right below your butt cheek crease, the midway of your thigh. So again here, you can either lean forward into it, you can use your heel. Good. If you want, you can lean back here, but I don't think that when you're this high up that you get as much pressure. So I think leaning forward actually gives you the best deal. Back, forth. And then you can come down onto your butt. And remember, we're not rolling behind our kneecap, so you want to start right at the bottom or the base of your hamstring, and then go back to the middle of your hamstring. Okay, good. And you can roll a little bit side to side, but I don't want you to get the side of your leg yet, because we are going to get there. We're just warming it up. And again, pushing down as hard as you can, watching that leg kind of go flat. And then switch, skipping out the back of that knee, from the top of your calf right to the middle. So if you're wearing like capri pants, your pants usually split that leg in half. Good. And this is kind of where I like to slow down a little bit, especially with like a lot of walking, a lot of running, even like a lot of cycling. Our calves really don't get much love. Good. So for me, this is already a set, like a little bit tension. I can already feel the discomfort. So I'm gonna keep pushing and roll it over. And once I find my hot spot, I kind of focus on it. Make sure you breathe, because once you find a hot spot, it will take that breath away. Good, all right. And then we'll finish at the bottom. So ankle to mid part, remember? So you can always stay seated. You can use your upper body to kind of push you and roll you. So preparing you for what is coming next, we are going to roll the outside of our leg in similar fashion. So we're going to be breaking it down into those little parts. And this is where people experience the most discomfort. So just take your time and stay breathing. So you're going to take your foam roller and you're going to kind of just line it up next to you. You're going to place your elbow on the ground, and we're going to be focusing on our bottom leg. So I want you to take the leg that you're not using, and you're going to bring it across, because this is going to be your guide leg. You're going to take that foam roller and you're going to place it right on your, like right below that hip bone. So your ankle is resting on the floor of your bottom foot. Your toe is here. And what we're doing is we're splitting our legs again. So from the top of your hip to mid thigh, you are going to roll and you're going to stop. So we're taking it in little strides. This way we can focus. If we were taking like big, huge rolls, it would hurt because we would be hitting all of these hot spots at one time. So instead, we're going to do one piece at a time, and you're rolling. So again, so my bottom leg is lifted off of the floor. You don't have to have it lifted. You can put it down, but I feel like I get a little bit more with my bottom foot lifted, and I'm using my front foot to kind of rock it back and forth, and it sucks already, okay? So you want to make sure that you are rolling not on the front, we are on the side, and now we are going to shift a little lower. So now we're going to start from the base of our quads right to the middle of where we were, not rolling across our kneecap. So now you're going to feel it gets a little bit more intense. So you're rolling from the top of that knee, not rolling over it, right back to the middle. And this is where everyone kind of hits the panic button. It's your IT band. Slowly roll over it, okay? If you're feeling discomfort, take a break, reset. but make sure that you don't start rolling onto the back of your leg and that you're not rolling onto the front of your leg. We already did that. And just breathe, okay? Take a break when you need to. And you'll see, I had to put my foot down because it was just way too much pressure, but I slowed down my rolling a little bit. Focus on your breathing. Good. 5 more seconds. Whew. Good. All right, relax. All right, down to the bottom part. So shift that roller down. Remember, we're not ever rolling over our knees. You're gonna pull that back foot behind your foam roller. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna push and you're gonna roll this way, okay? So your arm is kind of doing the work here. Your body maybe getting a little warm. And this isn't so bad, but it's still good to keep it up and roll it. A couple more seconds. All right. And now we're gonna go to the other side. So you know what's coming now, okay? So you're gonna sit, you're gonna place that foam roller right underneath that hip bone. You're gonna lift it on up. Get comfortable, make sure it's on the side. You're going to bring that leg out in front. Bottom foot is straight out, resting that ankle on the ground. Then you're gonna lift if you need to, and just from your hip to mid-thigh, roll it. Remember, this isn't so bad one, so try to really focus on keeping the side of that leg down. Don't roll over onto the front. Good. Back and forward, a couple more seconds. All right, we're gonna shift. So go ahead and come a little lower. So now we're mid-thigh to right above our knee. This is, I call it the money maker. Whew, man, good. All right, fight through it, slow it down. Try not to be like a little speed racer across of it. Let it take your breath away. Necessary evil. Again, always know the difference between pain and discomfort. 10 more seconds. Push and roll it out. Yes, you can. 3, 2, and 1. Oh boy. All right. Now we have the 2 parts of our shin down here, our calf. So go ahead and you're going to take it from your knee right to the middle and just kind of rock it back and forth. So the outside sometimes of our shins from like running and then not stretching can get real tight, especially when you try to go into this like upwards position. Good. So you know, so we don't really focus too much time on the bottom one. And here we go. We just have 10 seconds on the lower. Still need some love. Roll it up. So again, if you're in capris, it's probably from your ankle bone to where your pants start. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. And then the last part of today that we're going to do, so we're going to do the front of our 2 parts of our thigh and then the front of the 2 parts of our thigh hitting our quads, and then you are done. So again, remembering we're not doing both at one time. So we're going to get up in our hip area, starting here, and we're going to roll to about halfway. So come on down. I like to kind of scoot my leg up to the side. I'll come this way so you can see. I like to scoot my leg out to the side, and then my back toe. Sometimes I bring up my leg into the air. And you're, again, hip to mid-thigh, okay? Hip to mid-thigh. You're not going the whole distance yet. Again, I like to have my leg up. I think it gives more of a push than if I were to be down here, because then I'm using my toe. I'm not really doing anything. So bringing my foot up here creates that weight. And we're just hip to mid-thigh. Next one is the money maker of the quad. You're gonna feel it in 3, 2, and 1. And just take your elbows, bring it forward a little bit. And there we go. So from our quad to the right bottom of our quad, right over that knee. So you don't want to roll over your kneecap, but you're coming right there. And you might feel like right dead center is a hot spot for you. And then again, you can just shimmy and roll back and forth in that little section, or you could take it the full gamut. 10 more seconds. Really push down on that leg if you can. Bringing that foot up and pressing down sometimes. 3, 2, and 1. All right, other side, last 2, and then we're finished. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you. I don't want to kill you. I want this to be something that you want to do. So again, remember, make sure it's right underneath that hip bone. You pull up that other leg, bring that foot up if you want, and rock back and forth. Focusing on your breathing. Bring it up, good. Don't just stay where it's comfortable, okay? Maybe spend a second or two where it is comfortable and then push yourself into that discomfort zone. And then go ahead and go back to where it's safe for a second and then push through. Each time you do that, you get a little better. 6 seconds. All right, and our final part, the bottom of our quads, so right top that knee. Whew. Good, push. So notice I'm kind of on my knee over here. The side of my leg is really feeling it, feel pretty weak. So I'm assisting my body on this side as much as I can so that I can still foam roll. Good. 5 more seconds and then we're finished. 3, 2, and 1. All right, ladies, you survived the first foam rolling session. Good job. I will see you all next week for more hip and upper body.